Okay, let me turn off some of this stuff I've got going on here. You know who I am. I love y'all. I'm over here screwing around with my screen trying to get over to Facebook and listen to my music. Today, crazy day. I want to tell you why. You know, yesterday I had a chance to get into a little dialogue with everybody on this thing. And let me go over to this post, this one right here, this picture with the girls. And, you know, a few people got in and commented on it and, you know, voiced their, you know, thoughts and their personal experience. And the thing that I'd like to say, you know, when dealing with, you know, upper level, I'm not talking about just, I want to get in shape for summer and maybe it's my first contest and, you know, you might do okay. But when you're talking about getting to upper level national and pro level competition, the people that are already in the sport have already made the decision, and everybody in their life is on board with the decision and the choices that they've made to get involved in the sport. And there's a lot of things about it that for the people that have attempted it, they may have sought help, got a coach, and that coach may have understood how to do certain aspects of the training. They may have, you know, great ideas about what exercise to do body part wise. They may have a great idea as far as getting your body fat to a certain level. They may even suggest, you know, certain supplementation that, you know, borders on insane. And of course, those things permanently damage a woman's physique and makes men just absolutely crazy. So I'm not going to sit here and say that that isn't part of the sport. It's part of a lot of athletes out there. But you've got to realize that the number one aspect of, you know, getting body fat down and achieving any goal in life is your mental state of mind and dealing with the challenges that exist in your life while you are going through this process and the people around you that are affected by it. And I'm the first one to tell you, man, it's crazy. And women go through a lot of hormonal swings. And I've spoken to several, you know, top-level coaches about and how they deal with the women that they coach. One of the cool things about this for myself is that I have a male perspective on it, but I also work with BFOTs. And B's very good at being able to give her input as well as some of the other females that I know that are in the sport, so that it's a more well-rounded approach. You have to understand the emotions that you're experiencing when you make adjustments. There are things like insulin levels, there are things like serotonin and dopamine and the neurotransmitters that you have to be able to understand. A novice is never going to understand this, and unfortunately a lot of coaches that try to help get girls ready for their first show or, you know, several, but still just miss out on the subtle nuances of how a woman's body reacts to her monthly menstrual cycles, her carb intake, and if she has the variables of 1, 2, 3, 4 kids at the house, full-time job, maybe school, maybe a social calendar, a relationship that's significant. All these variables get keyed in, and you really got to make a choice as to whether or not you want to do what needs to be done, and if you get the support of the person and people in your life that will help you do this. Unfortunately, that isn't the case, and sometimes everybody falls short with that, and they decide to give up on something that's really going to change their entire life. For those of you that have attempted to do this and stopped, maybe there's some things that you can still learn. You don't necessarily need to get down to, you know, 8% or 7%. But you certainly can, and you certainly can look a hell of a lot better than most people walking around on the planet. And I know that some people get upset with it, and they want to talk about a lot of other issues, and not everybody's designed that way. And that's why specifically when I mentioned this yesterday, I said if you look at the body types of all of the girls in the picture, that's an ectomorphic frame type. And there's only a certain amount of people that have that frame type. Those are the girls that are going to become bikini competitors, not you know, the endomorph or mesomorph. They don't typically have as good a chance at that. There are some ectomorphs that are running around out there that have eaten so poorly for decades that they think, or that they just can't push themselves hard enough, and it's more a mental thing. So it doesn't mean that you're less than, it doesn't mean that you're a bad person, it doesn't mean any of the other things that I think people put up in their head and their minds. I always believe, and I am the #1 supporter of any female, anywhere, anytime, that wants to take her life to another level. I do not believe in being a victim. I will not tolerate someone being enabled to claim to be a victim or blame anybody else about a situation. You have total control of that. This is the only thing in your life. You have 100% choice and opportunity to change, and you are in total control of that. So if you have any doubt on what to do with that, and the coaches that you may or may not have don't understand that, you need to get with somebody who really gets it, because life's too short to not have, you know, the happiness that you want. It is not sexy. So I'm done. I'm over this. So just food for thought. Okay? Love you lots. Hugs and kisses. Thanks for all your posting and comments. I have another video to do, so I'll talk to you in a little bit. Bye.